Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy, Sirr of the 2020 Podcast, LLC. Please say the LLC. And before you listen to this episode, I just got to let you know, I need you to stop what you're doing. Go to blkrenaissance.com, and I need you to shop for the culture. That's right. Anytime you use the promo code LLC20 at Black Renaissance Clothing's website, you will get 20% off your order. Off rip, no questions asked. So do me a favor and do it for the culture. Peace.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Sade with Black on Black Rhymes. Step to the mic.
Mic check.
People always ask me where I get my confidence from, and I get it from inside. It's an inside thing, y'all. And when it comes to beautiful skin, I rock with Blendia by India, where her motto is, be confident in your skin. She has a variety of naturally made soaps to keep you smelling good, hair products for long, luscious, healthy hair, and even beard products for men. You know, we got to keep those struggle beards away. So visit BlendiaByIndia.com and use promo 2020skin to get 10% off your order. Thank you, Blendia by India, for being a sponsor of the 2020 Podcast, LLC. Please say the LLC.
Hey, this is ButtaSoFli of Powerlines Poetry, here to let you know anytime I feel good, I have to look good, so you have to listen to me. Make sure you go to gurudesigns.com, use a 3 instead of an E. The website is great, so you can get something for yourself, and then she makes custom clothes for men too. And guess what? I got a promo code for you. Use 20/20 and it'll get you 15% off of any order $25 or more. You can't beat that. Go to gurudesigns.com.
The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
Okay, we lit it just like a fuse, so no need to pick and choose. Welcome to 2020, where we do more than interviews. The hottest be coming through, dropping knowledge on all of you. Get a pick of the front of you with the truth that they offer you. Yeah, hands up, we doing it for the culture. To give artists and businesses more exposure. Keeping it real and stay solid just like a boulder. It's about to go all the way down, can't get no lower. Chasing my dreams, know that they get no slower. But if I stay running, I promise they getting closer. Moreover, success my older. And if you're sleeping on me, I'm waking them up like Folgers. I told you, coming from the land with the tide roll. Well, we'll be on a whole different vibe though. We like to ride slow and keep our windows tinted so you really can't see us, like Stevie Wonder waking up with his eyes closed. Yeah, got the kind of flow that rock the boat. On my 16s of pounds of dough. And if you figure you can hang with me on the mic, then grab some rope. Matter of fact, better grab some hope. While you at it, we keep it live, it's time to tune in. Turn up the sound on what you're using. It goes so hard, I think it's bruising. The show is 2020, no need to zoom in. Yeah.
No.
Jay must gonna cook.
I will cook.
What you gonna cook, Jay?
Oh, I'm talking about today? Oh, nothing. I ain't cooking nothing today.
Bring the
No, I'm
meat
not.
tray.
There's some watermelon in there and grape too.
Black people will take their time and eat. When we get hungry. But go ahead, Jay. Tell us about these rules.
No, it's just, it's like unwritten rules when it comes to y'all. And then we'll have a set, and then that same set will change according to different women. Like even with chivalry, you know.
I don't disagree.
And it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating that you have to navigate chivalry. Like, we're taught that everyone wants it, and then you find out not everyone wants it
Because
some
wanna
people
be
challenge it.
offended now.
Yes.
This is the whole chaos I'm talking about. Okay, I'm not gonna get back on that soapbox. Go
No,
ahead.
it's just so frustrating. Like, for you guys to see that, like, you'll have you guys who enjoy it, who want it and appreciate it. And then we're out there doing it, but we getting beat up for it. And then when we stop doing it, and we're like, we get y'all like, why y'all stopping? It's like, because look out here. Like, look outside.
This
like,
is exactly what we were talking about earlier. You see what I'm saying? So I don't be trying to
y'all
start
don't see this
confusion,
going on outside?
but that's what it is.
And now I can actually say that women have ruined some things. You know, when it came to it. Now, of course, I could always say it's because
Reactionary.
Yeah. So we're trying to be independent, yes.
Because we had no choice.
We had no choice. But then
That came out of choices too, though.
Isn't that hilarious?
Yeah. And we're going to keep that in mind. Okay, we're going to come back to all of that.
Okay.
Go ahead, Clark.
Right.
Keep it in mind.
What was I saying?
It's choices on both ends. It's reactionary.
Yeah. But then I kind of think it could be really hard to be a man too,
It can be.
especially if you're trying to approach someone. So to me, it's easier for me to be a woman and be like, "Hey, I think you're nice looking. Here's my number." You know, it's easy for me to do that. But for a man, I feel like you have to build yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, first of all, I gotta make sure I got money. I gotta make sure I got my car right. I gotta make sure my shoes are right. I gotta make sure I don't have any kids.
But women got that same standard. Women are held to that same standard too.
I
though.
think men get turned down like with the most disrespectful stuff, like way more common than women would.
No, I don't agree with that.
I
would say
really
for
think
different
so.
reasons. I say women get not chosen.
I'm talking about from the approach standpoint. We're talking
I'm
about
talking about from the approach too. You don't choose to approach certain women because of certain standards. You see what I'm saying?
right.
So you guys' rejection may be afterwards, but our rejection is already it's before. You'll look at a certain woman. And, I mean, everybody has their own preference or whatever. They're looking for a mate. So, what is it? The 20/80 rule?
Oh yeah.
Most of the 80s are rejected anyway by not even being chosen. You're not even gonna step to her because she don't represent the 20.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So I think the rejection just happens in different spots. But I think it's equal rejection.
And maybe I see it differently because rejection, I feel like rejection happen even though it's more women than men. I just feel like men experience rejection more because of the role of what the man does approaching the woman. I just think statistically we're more prone to experience it.
We could say that, or we could say because there are more women, men have more women than one. We could say a lot of things, based on that.
I see where you're going, but I think that's a different point. I get what you're saying because of numbers, but I'm just saying, I'm not so much looking at the number of what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how the role plays into it. Like we're talking about chivalry. The guy opens the door. The guy approaches the woman.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying women don't. I'm just saying generally women want the traditional style
Absolutely.
of man to approach them.
Would you want a woman to open the door for you?
I have. And I was like,
maybe you
thank
had stuff in your hand or something like that?
Nah, it was
She just went to the door and was like, I'm going to open the car door for you?
Nah, dead serious. Like, and it was like, oh, thank you. It caught me off guard. I wasn't used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like even when women pay for stuff, like we go out to eat, and like, nah, I got it. I had to make myself comfortable
With receiving.
accepting that.
Mm-hmm.
And even with stuff like that, you, and I know social media is like the absolute worst place to consult anything ever, but just surveying the land. Ain't no way in hell I love. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's just. This is what's out there, and if people understood, everyone's so caught up in the fact of what type of female you be talking to, what type of people you're surrounded with. No, just sit back and just look. Just look. Don't get caught up in whom I'm talking to or who or what. Just look and listen. Mm-hmm. Just look and listen at the consensus of what's going on. I just think people dismiss those type of arguments by asking that question, well, who are you around? Or who are you looking into? No, it isn't that. It's just, this is what's popular right now.
Okay. Well, for the most part, I feel like I'm a different kind of person. I won't say I won't open the door for a dude just for him to get in the car or whatever, but I definitely want a guy to open the door for me. Mm-hmm. But at the time, I was having a discussion with one of my friends before about it, and he's a guy. I like to talk to the opposite sex of, concerning stuff like this. Because I think we just don't talk about it. And there's a lot of miscommunication. And then we all have all these assumptions. And then we generalize each other. And then we hate each other for generalizing each other. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing you said about women, you can look at it and see what's this. We can say that about dudes. I'm looking at it and I'm seeing what's crazy about it. For the most part. But if that's my focus, that's what I'm always going to find.
All right.
So, I mean, Red flags are everywhere. That's why I say choices.
Right.
It be choices, and it both be for men and women. Like a lot of, like, we'll go back to that. Like, a lot of women are independent, and they had to be because of a choice they made. I'm not gonna see, and this is no disrespect to anybody who failed in that situation. For the most part, I'm not gonna see a guy who's irresponsible and unstable and be like, let me have his child. Of course you're gonna be independently raising his kid, because he ain't even taking care of himself.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And then I hear men be like, oh, she put me on child support. Of course she did. You're not helping.
Right.
You made a baby. You know how children work, and most of the time this is your 4th or 5th kid. You already know how it goes. You get what I'm saying? I even talked to one of my friends. He was like, I'm gonna teach my sons, I'm gonna take them to somewhere. And he was like, yeah, because all women want is child support. I said, well, you can teach him that. You can also teach him to keep himself to himself, and not have babies everywhere.
Keep the willing
so
to
if
his
we
wonka.
we're gonna say one part on somebody, let's say all of it.
Right.
Let's be openly honest about all of it. Cause you mad at the kid. Well, Daddy, why you got all these kids everywhere?
Cause I'm
Choices.
fast.
Right.
Daddy was a hoe.
But that's a whole nother thing, because men and women are held different standards as far as
Absolutely.
sex. Women are taught to keep it to themselves. Men are
taught,
not. Y'all
go
not
and
taught.
sow your oats.
Yeah.
That's true.
But if men were taught to keep it to themselves like we were, then a lot of this stuff wouldn't happen. That's a whole nother wormhole. But yeah, we get mad because we generalize each other doing different stuff. Me, I love chivalry because that's what I was raised on. My parents do that still. My parents were married 40 years. And if my mama looked like she finna try to open the door, my dad is upset.
Right.
Because he wanted to do it. So I was raised, and my whole village is like that. My brother is like that. All my friends, my crew, all the guys in there, they're like that. And so that's what I grew up on. And I still feel like, even if I didn't grow up on that, I would want that because it's stable and it's soft and it's secure. I don't want to be no hard woman. You know what I'm saying? So I don't look to be that. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm a hard woman and you're a man, then we just two men. And if it's two men, that's competition. That's not compliment. You get what I'm saying?
You know what?
As far as a relationship.
That's real. Black was debating that, but saying it in a more abrasive way, and was getting all kinds of flack for it. He was like, why do women want to be so aggressive? And like people were coming at him, but I got what he was asking.
Right.
He was saying, if you want this chivalrous person, there's a role that has to be played.
There's a role that
Someone
has
to be
played.
softer. We can't be butting heads like that.
But there it is right there.
Yeah.
That's why we base off the role. That's why we base on what we see off the role y'all do play. I don't want to be with you if I got to be hard.
Right.
And the only way I can be with you and be soft is if you have a certain situation going on about yourself. You get what I'm saying? I can't be with you if you irresponsible. That makes me gonna have to be hard. I gotta be doing all the working. Then I gotta come home and do all the cooking, all the cleaning. So I gotta do all these roles. What then do I need you for?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So that's why I would choose. Well, I don't choose. If I'm the woman, I don't choose. I would be chosen by a man who looks a lot like what my daddy does. You get what I'm saying? He don't have to be my dad to a T. You get what I'm saying? But he gonna remind me of my daddy, not necessarily look wise, but how my daddy is as a husband, how my daddy is as a father, how my daddy even was as a son to his parents. You get what I'm saying? Right. So that's who I want to be chosen by. That's why I say go back to choices. A lot of women are hard because of choices they made with the wrong people. A lot of men are bitter with women because the choices they made with the wrong woman. Because you're looking for a trophy. A trophy ain't gonna do nothing but stand there and be pretty. Why did you think you was getting substance? That's all a trophy do.
And you know what's crazy? I listened to this very topic get brought up, and people get so offended again with this question. When a guy was asking a woman, and this was just a singles round table, he was like, what if I bring XYZ, house, stability, you want me to take care of you, what are you bringing to the table? And she said, I turn your house into a home, you need stuff, I go get it, whoop-de-whoop. He was like, I hear that, but I can hire someone to do that. What do you bring to the table? Instantly got offended. And I'm like, why is she offended? He's asking for deeper. He's asking you to think deeper.
his real question, well, her real question to him, what do you want from at the table? What do you want me to bring to the table? Because you still not answering. And she got offended because he was asking clearly from a bitter place. You're not asking just to ask. You angry with the women's race, period, because you chose the wrong girl. You chose the 20 all them times.
Thank you.
You get what I'm saying? So how he was
Shout out to Cara making plates.
Okay, appreciate it. And they pretty too. She got charcuterie on the plate. She got charcuterie on the plate.
I feel bad because I ain't get the separated plates. I got the solid plate. You know what I'm
we
saying?
don't care about that. Them bougie plates. Separators. Who needs that? Let it all run together.
Black love together.
Right.
Unity.
Together.
But yeah. So
Let the mashed
that
potatoes
was the issue. He came in on the fence too. So what she said made a lot of sense. So he don't understand what a woman making home is. If you want a cold whatever and you want to keep on hiring, you still at the end of the day essentially spending money on a woman. So that was his whole point. I can hire something, you still spending money, but you can't hire love, you can't hire warmth, you can't hire that.
How do we get people to express that in particular
to each other?
Yeah,
talk without offense. I can't come in listening, ready to react to you instead of ready to listen to see what your side actually is. I told one of my friends before too. Women are taught to make a list of the kind of men they want. And I told him, that's fine. I mean, I made my list. But I also want to be the woman that's on my husband's list.
Ooh.
You get what I'm saying? I feel like he have emotions. I feel like he has desires. I feel like he should be gifted. You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to be the only one just getting gifts. I don't think that's how relationships work either.
Right.
But real women, if I see you and you doing all this, I'm going to reward you with whatever. I'm going to match you. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. If I feel safe and secure with you, I see you thinking about me, the little things, I'm thinking about you too, you know? So once you find your person as far as what y'all think is ideal, that's why she should have asked him, what do you want to be brought to the table? Because clearly he still don't know.
Yeah.
He just mad.
Yeah. That
you don't know what you want brought to the table. Because when she said home, that should have alleviated all of that.
What's your definition of home?
Right, if he understood what home was. And she couldn't explain it to him. It don't matter if she would explain it to him because of the offense he was already in.
That's wild. I never looked at it like that.
Yeah, but I said, I don't want him to just be the one on my list. I want to be the one on his list too. But there again, men and women are taught things differently when we children.
That's real. That's real.
What we taught. We're taught to keep it to ourselves. We're taught to make a list. We taught to, do the things women do.
Thank you, man.
But in the reverse, little boy should be taught to keep it to yourself. You ain't got to sleep with everybody. What that's gonna do? Keep it to yourself. Fine. I tell my nephews when they get older, and I have one, he's in high school. I say, when you start dating and all that stuff, you need to find somebody like your mama. If she don't remind you of your mama, I got a wonderful sister-in-law. She's good to my brother. And people don't think about that. We always think about the men being good to the women. But my sister-in-law, she's good to my brother. She's good to my nieces and my nephew. She's good to my parents. She's good to me. So I told him, when you start looking for women or your wife or whatever, you need to find somebody that remind you of your mama. She don't remind you of your mama, you don't need to go there. So you're not looking for a trophy. You're looking for a life partner.
That's true.
Not something that's going to stand around and be pretty.
Yeah, because pretty ain't a function. Cause...
Right. And I want my husband to be a man. A man. I do want him to be doing most of the providing. But at the same time, I'm not going to hurt his pockets neither. I ain't going to hurt him. I ain't going to be out here doing dumb stuff, working against what we got going on together. You get what I'm saying? I ain't going to let him struggle. And if he get to a place where I need to do more, then I'll do more. But I'm not one of those women who's going to be like, yeah, I'll pay all the bills. Because I'm not with you. What are you here for? And I'm not saying that it's just monetary or a financial thing, but why are there two people and one is doing everything?
Right. I'm pro having that conversation and understanding your...
Before.
Yeah, before. Right. That yeah.
But people don't want to have that conversation because they don't know what they want. They don't know.
They want a wedding and not a relationship.
Right. They don't know what they want. Men got to sit down just like we do and figure out what they want in a woman.
You know the question
most
I get
time we
asked?
get a freak in the streets, a lady in the street, freak in the street. That's it. What else is it? What else do you want besides that?
We I get asked a lot, like from women, what do guys talk about?
What do y'all talk about?
I'll tell you, a lot of times, and I know a lot of people won't believe this. People think we just probably talk all sports and stuff all the time. That's part of it. That might be the intro to let our guard down. Mm-hmm. We vent.
Thank you.
We vent. We compare what we're going through, or we'll set a situation and rely on each other to give their points of view and then go from there. Like, we literally, as much as people think we don't have those, we do. Well, I'll say this. I'm blessed to have a circle that allows me to. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, it isn't as often as I would want it to be, because people have duties, people got things going on.
Absolutely.
Sometimes, as men, we're not emotionally intelligent enough to know that someone needs to have that conversation.
And y'all also not taught that.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes men,
smooth,
bro, I could have moved the table.
Smooth.
It's okay.
Men have like a code word or something to let them know that we need to talk. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? To have that talk.
I was this girl.
Like,
you already know to get ready.
If you get some guys around and it's at somebody's house and a bottle get bought, somebody got to get some stuff off their chest. Like, for real. Mm-hmm. Somebody's at the point about cracking. Mm-hmm. Whether it be a relationship or work or something, they really need it. We do talk about women and marriage a lot. And it isn't bashing. It's literally, we get frustrated because we're raised to be this soldier from the time we're born. And then we get with these women who expect emotion out of a soldier, or expect us to know how to navigate emotion, where we were never given the instruction manual, And like, we get told that that's not an excuse. And we're like, okay, well, help me find it. And then we get told, oh, I'm not going to waste my time helping you resolve this when I go through this too. And it's like, well, what are we doing then? And that's when people shut off. That's when guys are like, you know what? Whatever. Is all right, okay, whatever you say. And a lot of guys are using escapism. I was talking to my homegirl the other day. She was like, her dude is always on the game. And I was like, why do you think that is, though? He is genuinely not happy with reality, so he's escaping majority of the day. Like, you really need to sit down and talk with him and see, like, where he's at. Sometimes it ain't laziness. Sometimes they just generally feel like there's no way out of where they are. Mm-hmm. And it's just, we have this talk among men because we feel it's safe. But around women, it's like, and this is generalizing a little bit, it's just always you're listening to say something. It's just you feel it in the atmosphere. Majority of the time, we feel safe to speak among women when it's not the one that we are interested in the room. Mm-hmm. So
why?
I don't know, because a guy can't speak or vent freely without being attacked. Like, because I feel like women feel like if we vent about something we don't like, they feel like we're attacking them, saying they're failing at something, when that's not the case. We're just airing something that doesn't work. We're not saying that it can't work. We're not saying that it can't be better. And even if something could improve, that doesn't mean that you're not doing a great job. We're just saying that it could be better. Mm-hmm. And people just, I don't want to say want to be offended, but listen, I love y'all black women. I love y'all to death. Uh-oh. I'll never date anything outside of y'all. Uh-oh. No, this ain't that statement.
Go ahead.
No, this ain't that statement. I know what you're thinking.
Yeah, we just hashing it out. Go ahead.
just listen. Just listen. Even if you don't agree with it sometimes, even if you feel like this ain't the time or place, just let him feel safe enough to have that. Like, just let him have that moment. You can come back to it. You can just let him. You know how, like, with children, sometimes you just let them run it out or just run a tantrum through. Just let it play out. Come back to it. So many times people get stopped in the middle of an emotion, and it's an outburst, so they're not necessarily acting like they normally would. So just,
I get it. But the thing about it is, I think we're all in a place of hurt. You know what I'm saying? So since we're all hurt, it's like everybody's on the defensive when it comes to it. And then also, I'm kind of guilty of that too. I notice when I talk to guys and they're venting, I go into a place of I want to listen to you, but I also want to fix it too. Because like when it comes to it, I don't want to see you in a situation where you're not feeling loved or wanted or needed. So a part of me is like, okay, I hear you, but I want you to be better, and I want you to do what you need to do. But I think that all goes back to communication too. So like for you to be able to one day just have this outburst, I feel like we haven't been able to talk the way we should have all throughout that whole time.
right.
So now that everything has come to a head, it's kind of hard to deal with. So you're right. It all goes back to communication when it comes to, you know, what you're needing and what she needs and back and forth. It's just a circle.
It is. I think we are, and then with us, we just have to be specific. Like you said, women, if a woman really is about you, she is gonna try to fix it. And like men out here acting like women ain't been with them at their lowest for a long time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's another generalization, so I ain't gonna say that. But women, we do go into problem solving. That's a part of us being the helpmate. That's Bible.
And men do it too. I'm not gonna front. We do it too.
Yeah, we go into problem solving.
Because I see you as
so
my
I might
partner.
say, yeah.
Right.
So I might say, well, if you might tell me this and this ain't working. I might say to help you fix it. That's where it's coming from. Well, you need to do that. Now I might be, well, you need to do that, but I don't talk like that anyway.
Right.
Now some people come off like that.
Right.
Because to us, the solution be so simple. You get what I'm saying? But if you don't want, I feel like, and especially if you have a wife that's like that or a girlfriend that's like that goes right into problem time, you should just say, baby, I want to talk. And I don't really want you to give me no solution. I just want to tell you. I just want you to listen. You know, hold me. A man can tell his wife, hold me while you listen to what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? So if you know that's the kind of person you dealing with, then that's what you say. Yeah. Specifically, instead of being mad that she gonna go into problem solving because that's what she do. Yeah. So I mean, it do go both ways. I always want advice when I'm talking. I just want you to listen.
I just want you to listen.
Right. And I'ma say it. I just want you to listen. Can I tell you something? I just want you to listen. So I try to be as specific as I can to cut down on miscommunication and assumptions.
And it's cool to be independent because I want to be independent to everybody. But when I come home to you, you know what I'm saying? It should change.
Yeah,
so
I want to lean on you.
Yeah, so I can be a boss in the street and I can be IEN, whatever, how you spell it, out there. But when I'm with you,
I want to be soft.
I want to be soft. And you should be able to feel like I'm home to you too.
Right, absolutely.
So you should be able to cry in front of me. You should be able to be vulnerable with me.
Absolutely.
That's crazy. I do not hear that often. That right there, I do not hear that often.
That's that 80 baby.
Yeah.
That's so wild to me. Like I do not hear that often. I hear
from women.
I hear. I don't want to see that, my man.
Oh, y'all talking to the wrong ones, then.
But I'm serious, like
that, she ain't the right.
And I'm not saying this is who I'm talking to. I'm just saying.
Right. I'm just saying.
Being somebody who's stood in the middle of the water and be like, okay, I'm dating. Whoo, this is bad. Like, oh my God, they're saying this. Oh my God, they're saying this. Like, am I in the right place? Am I in the right time?
You don't be and get out of there. Don't try to stay.
So are they saying this is a mixed company or
Yes, like this is hurt people talking out loud.
And that's what it
and
be,
making it
people.
normal.
That's it. Hurt people. I don't
But
never.
like, is this shit true or y'all just saying this? You know what I'm saying?
Like fronting.
Yeah, are you fronting? Because listen to what you're saying.
It ain't safe.
You know?
Like it ain't.
He gonna punch you in your face. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I don't get. You want a soldier, and then you get one, and you try to make him do Picasso paintings.
He can't
Like
do
that ain't how this works.
Yeah.
You wanted a monster, now you got one. What is the monster gonna do?
And now y'all got baby monsters, and the cycle keep continuing. I don't want that junk.
That's tiring, man.
It is. That's why I say it's exhausting. Who has the energy to do that? It's exhausting.
There has to be a push and a pull. Not everybody can be the head. And I'm okay with that.
I am fine with it.
I'm okay with that. Because if
submission is not an issue for me.
But the thing about it is people think submission is being weak.
Yeah, being weak.
That's not what that is.
Submission is letting somebody else lead.
I trust you enough.
Right.
I see that you're smart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He gonna make good decisions
I have
for
to
us.
vet you. You know?
But if you're making bad decisions for yourself, no, I'm not gonna submit.
If you can't trust your husband, you shouldn't be with him.
No.
And vice versa. So if I can't really submit myself and, lay down my guard with you, then there's no reason why we're doing it.
Right. It's no reason.
So
it's no reason. Like once you see out, and then that be our problem too. Once you see out in red flags, we be going. We don't stop. Red means stop. We learned that as kids.
I can change it. Love will change it. No, it won't.
I can even tell us to pause. If I really love you, then let's pause. You go get some help. Go get you some help, and then we can come back and revisit and see what to do. But all that sticking around, and I'm not saying love don't do that. There's some issues, but for the most part, we catch that stuff early because they be giving it to us early. All them red flags. If I was a man, I'm not gonna impregnate a known crackhead. Why?
I already know.
My baby not gonna be taken care of.
I already know what the issue is.
You got struggles that are beyond regular struggles, and that's no dissing toward people because stuff happen. There ain't no diss toward people that's dealing with those kind of addictions. But if I'm seeing that with my own eyes, that's what you struggling with, I'm not gonna impregnate you.
You ain't in the right spot for that.
No. Why? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? If I see you a woman who already have kids and you struggle keeping them clean, I'm not gonna put no baby in you. That don't make no sense.
But why do we do that though?
Why indeed? If I see right, you a dude with a bunch of children that you don't take care of already. I'm not gonna be in the number.
Why do we do that? That's the scary part.
Right? Why?
What makes you think that
you gonna change it,
or you gonna change, or it's gonna be different?
You seeing him being a deadbeat father, why would I predispose my child to that? Your daddy might not show up. He ain't showing up for our other children. Why would I think me and my kid gonna be different?
That situation?
Choices. These are the beginning choices I'm talking about. Why would I do that? Your eyes ain't lying. Come on now.
And we make the list though, like you said, we make the list. We don't never stick to the list. You know what I'm saying? Because I made a list before you know what I'm saying? I made a list. Everything that was on my list. Okay, the thing about it is you also have to be specific with your list.
You got to be very specific.
Because there's a yin and a yang to it.
Yep.
You know, I want somebody free-spirited. I want somebody open-minded. Yo.
You were too free-spirited.
Yeah, you're too free. You know, so you got to be really careful what you're putting out.
And you know what? Like you say, but the parts of me that I don't know, or the parts I'm not as specific as I need to be, I tell the Lord, you fill that in. You fill it in, because you know exactly what I need. I might know the area, I might be in the vicinity, but you can pinpoint that bad boy. Yeah. Specify it.
And then sometimes it's stuff that we haven't really dealt with ourselves.
Right, haven't dealt with ourselves.
So I'm attracting the
certain
pain
people
that I have, you know, because I haven't dealt with issues I had with my father or issues I've had in the past. Now I'm bringing that back into my love life and my future and all of that stuff. So it all goes back, like I said, being, open to talking and therapy and movement.
Everybody need to get help. You know you're dealing with issues, or when you realize you're dealing with certain issues, get help. People too busy thinking that a relationship is therapy. It's not.
We make it.
A relationship ain't help. You just bringing somebody else into your foolishness.
I'm broken. You help me.
No.
That's not how it has to be.
Not to the degree that these people be doing it.
Mm-mm.
And I'm not saying that there's no responsibility as a husband or a wife or a girlfriend and a boyfriend. I do supposed to be there for you. But I also know if what you need, I can't give it to you. I can't try. It's going to kill both of us.
Because I'm taking both of us down.
Right. You taking both of us down.
Mm-hmm.
You need to... People need to understand there's a difference between venting when you had a bad day. When you're having a bad day every day, that's something you need to go get. Mm-hmm. Go get some help. Some help that's professional. That's what you need to do, because then that's too much. I'm putting too much on somebody else. Then, I'm going to get tired of you crying every day. If it's depending on what it is.
The situation,
Then, I don't want to hear that.
Right.
Because at this point, you know what your issue is.
Yeah, and you need to go get some help.
Yeah.
Go get some help.
Mm.
And then ain't no shame in that. We got to remove the shame of getting help. Go get it. And I'm not going to bring it up to harm you and to humiliate you. Go get help. That's just what you need to do. If I see you broke your arm, I ain't going to tell you to come here because I can't do nothing about it. Unless I'm telling you to get in the car, I take you to the doctor. To the hospital, but it's the same thing as broken hearts. I can't do nothing with that. You need to go to the place that can fix it. Then you can come back to me. Or I can come back to you. But we put too much on people, and then we'll tell them they just couldn't handle it. No, you can't even handle you. How I'm going to handle you? You can't even handle your own self.
Accountability.
Right. Mm-hmm. You can't handle yourself. I hate to hear women say that. They be real toxic and crazy. Oh, he just one man. No, it wasn't that he wasn't man enough to handle you. You just another man. You're another man. Ain't gonna be no two men in one castle. Uh-huh. If it's more than one man, there's still one king. The rest of them is somebody else.
Yeah.
Ain't no two dudes when they just
we fighting.
Y'all just dudes. You just in competition. That's the natural thing. Ain't no compliment in that. And I don't want no soft man. That's two women. What we gonna do? As far as what we should be doing as far as a husband and a wife. Right. What we gonna do? Your cycle on too?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No.
I didn't mean to laugh at anyone who may have felt I laughed too hard.
And that just ain't gonna work. It don't work.
Damn.
That ain't gonna work.
Why is that so hard?
I don't know.
For people to understand, like, everybody wants somebody to fulfill a role, but they feel like they are immune to the role that comes along with the role they want.
Right. You still gotta be. Like, that's what I say.
Like, you want a king, but nah, I gotta be king too. That's not how that works.
I don't even want it. I don't want that.
Heavy is the crown.
Heavy is the
we
crown.
Both king. Nah.
No, that sounds dumb.
Yeah.
That sounds so stupid. And you think about it, even in a same-sex relationship, people want to say there's not gender roles.
There's
gender
definitely
roles, and they be
roles.
clear. There is one that's not soft.
Mm-hmm.
As far as when I say softness, I mean nurturing, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, it don't make sense. It's got to be complimentary. I don't even want to say opposite. It's got to be complimentary.
Yeah, and that's in any relationship, friendship, anything.
That's madness. That's science.
That's how it works.
Two positive poles just ain't gonna do it. They just not gonna do it. They forcibly be apart. That ain't gonna work.
It's okay to have a role.
It's okay. And people want to get rid of roles. They want to get rid of identities. Come on, y'all.
Don't diminish my woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not easy being a woman, but it's not. Don't take that away from me.
Right.
You know.
And don't make it hard for me neither.
Don't make it hard for me. And I think it's a beautiful thing when a man can be a man. When he can make his own decisions, he can take care of his household, let him do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily believe that it's wrong to have certain roles.
It's not.
Okay? But like with anything, you can use it to a disadvantage.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But that's when you have to figure out who you're dealing with, who you are as a person, what you're actually wanting,
What
and
you
are y'all
want.
working together. That's the problem.
And that
Do you
that
think
again
people
starts
are?
with youth.
I was about. Well, yeah.
What?
I think people aren't dating honestly.
They're not.
They're so concerned with putting out this best appearance
Mm-hmm.
that you neglect to tell who you are really, like what you're not really good at. I think it's taught us to be like really surface level.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? Oh, I'm not good with money. Okay, what are you spending the money on?
Yeah, what's your issue? Why are you not good?
Right.
Right.
What? You
Yeah,
know.
if I know somebody, I can introduce budgeting to you. Anything.
Right.
Any small thing. But if I see you got a problem with me, I'm not going to marry you. Why?
We gotta fix that.
We got to fix it. I'm not saying I can't even marry you while you fixing it. But if you let's say this then, you got an issue with money and you don't want to fix it, there's no point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ain't no point for us to be together. Our family going to be struggling.
Yeah.
And a lot of problems with women and men too is money issues. I'm not attracted to you if our lights off because you stupid. Now, if our lights off because we just having hard times, that's something different.
Right.
But just because you done drunk it away and you done gambled it away, I don't want to have sex with you. Why would I be attracted
That's
to
not
you?
sexy.
Right. It's nothing sweet about that. Ain't nothing cool about that. You got our children here hungry. We in the dark because you doing dumb stuff? No. And I ain't saying mistakes don't happen. But a mistake ain't you doing it over and over and over again. A mistake ain't going with you all throughout your life. That's not a mistake. That's an issue. Why would I? What sense? Why would I, in my right mind, be like, yes, have children with this man, take his last name, be legally binded to him for what?
But
Hey.
For
I
what?
can't argue with what you're saying.
Why would you, as a man, legally bind yourself to a woman who got issues that need help? Why would you do it?
Tires.
And you know that's something she do all the
Because
time.
you didn't answer the phone fast enough.
She need anger
Come
management.
on.
That's not cute for you to
Come
show up
on.
where I am because I ain't answer the phone. Especially if I'm at work or something like that. Now, if I'm just out and being a whore and I never answer the phone, then that lets you know I just don't want you like that.
Right.
But I'm going to let you go. You don't want me. I ain't finna fight you to stay with me. I never understood forcing people to be with you neither. For what?
I don't want to have to force anybody.
Right. I'm not looking through your phone.
Yeah.
Because you'll
I'm
find
not.
it every time.
Because you're going to find it even if it ain't there.
You gonna, yeah.
Because that's what you're
Even if
looking
it's
for.
not there. I'm not doing none of that. For what? I don't want to be with you and I got to do all that. I don't want
It
that.
takes the fun out of it.
What is that for?
It's not. Mm-mm.
Only people you should be checking on their phones like that is your children to see what they got going on.
This is a child.
Right, because it's a child. But
It's a
yo,
grown ass man.
yeah,
Going through his phone.
And whatever you're doing, it's going to come out anyway.
If you have to go through his phone, chances are y'all ain't supposed to be together.
I got to go through your phone. We're not supposed to be together at
You know
all.
what I'm saying?
We're not. If I even have the intuition to say, check his phone, I don't need to be with you. For what? That means you got problems with women. Now, wherever it stem from, you need to figure that out. Were you molested as a child? Did you see your parents doing this?
Mm-hmm.
But I know if it's something I don't want in my relationship, so you need to go get some help. We just gonna be friends if we can be that.
Mm.
But for whatever reason, I don't, you know, certain things are just super red flags to me. I was dating this one guy. They gonna call his name. I'm gonna give him a new name.
What's his name?
Yeah.
Let's call him Melchizedek.
Oh wow.
So we know that ain't his name.
Right.
I was dating this guy. He was so cool, and we had a great time, right? And so he had children. I don't care.
Okay.
If you're a great father, that's even more turn on to me.
Right.
So I'm not one of those women. Oh, you got children to be with me. You got to ignore them and act like they don't exist. That's
No.
stupid.
Right.
Because if you can do that to your own flesh and blood, people that you brought here, then I know you'll do it to me.
Right.
You'll do it to our children. So that wasn't the issue. So I knew he had children. He showed me pictures of the children. And then one day, for whatever reason, we was doing something. We was looking at his phone together. And so he was going through his pictures. And so the children mama was in his phone. Again, my mind is, I don't have a mind. I'm like, oh, he got a picture on his phone. They got to be still doing it. That's not my mind. I don't know why it's not. But I don't have a, what's the word? What kind of mind is that? I'm not a suspicious person.
Say envious or
Yeah, I'm not
Ooh, that's the
insecure.
word.
I'm not
the word.
suspicious. I ain't none of that. Cause honestly, like I said, whatever you doing, it's gonna come to me anyway.
Right.
Like my mom used to tell us, whatever you doing, I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out. It's gonna come. It's gonna surface. I ain't got to do all that.
Right.
So because he saw me see the picture of her, the children's mama, he tried to tell me that was his sister.
Oh.
And that the children they had together was his nephews, but he just called them his sons.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I let him talk. I was like, sitting there rubbing his head, And I let him talk, let him get all of it out. I didn't change up, I didn't do none of that. But he didn't know, I knew his children before I even met him because his children were students in my mama's class.
Wow.
And I knew her because I went to school with her. And I knew that those were his sons. And I knew she didn't have any other kids. He tried to say that she had something he tried to say, but I knew those were her only children and they were his kids. And so I let him do all that talk. I said, I know those are your children. They look just like you. I knew your children before I knew you. And for you to tell me that those are not your kids, because I saw a picture of their mama. I said she don't have no brothers. That's what he tried to tell me. She don't have a brother. She have a sister. And so I told him all that. He just looked at me. And I said, I appreciate you showing me who you are. Mm-hmm. We had a great time. Bye. You know what I'm saying?
That's a lie you don't have to tell.
That's a lie you ain't got to tell. I said, it's clear to me.
Lie too, like
it's clear to me you ain't met the right women for you to automatically say that you got to tell me those are not your children. I'm not that kind of. You missed out. You missed out on a good woman for you and your children.
That's scary, man.
But I was appreciative for him doing that.
No, you got what you needed.
Go ahead, yeah. I enjoyed our time together. But go ahead with your life. You need to do better about your children.
That's crazy.
It's wild. It's stupid. But that's why I'm saying I ain't have to look for that. He did that on his own. All that
volunteered the lie.
Right. But I also knew that was a red flag. So why would I continue in that situation?
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah.
It was only gonna be hurtful to somebody.
Man.
Ain't no need to keep going forward with a lot of stuff we find out. We know.
That's stupid.
Yeah, it's dumb. But
damn, Mel.
What cares of that?
Damn, Mel. But you gotta look at social media too.
What?
Like, okay, so of course, a lot of people I think you said it, they want the wedding and not the marriage.
Yeah.
Right? So everything is really superficial and all this other stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, like you said, we don't show like our true selves, when we're dating. I always want to make sure that my makeup is on point, I'm not having any issues, everything is perfect, because that's what I allow the world to see.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, because I want to have this photo op. I want to make sure that we look good, we smell good, we sound good. But then now that I've logged off, and now I'm in this marriage with you, or I'm in this relationship with you, I'm living in this apartment with you, and I realize your filters are coming off.
Right.
I don't. This is
not the filters are coming. I just realized what that meant.
Wait a minute.
Exactly. We don't even like each other.
I don't really like you that much. This is not you. I like your spokesperson.
Right.
I don't really like you.
Exactly.
I've heard that so much growing up, that I have a spokesperson that I present. And I had to examine myself. And it is true. I do put out this grander version of me, of like laying everything out. And I'm way guilty of extending myself further than I actually can go. I'm very guilty of that. And it is simply out of fear. It's the fear of missing out, that the fear of the perception that I didn't do enough. Not believing that me presenting the true self, the true me, not being enough.
Good enough.
Right. And once that was brought to me, I realized that my self-confidence was nowhere near what I thought it was. And having to that's where these affirmations really came from. Because it was like, if I feel this way, if I feel this way, and I'm the one, the pursuer,
Right.
the pursuee could potentially feel the same way. So what could I do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I good at that will also make people feel good that they need to, you know, feel? So, yeah, that was a hard truth. That was a really hard truth to deal with, because that's one of the things I'm most sensitive about is like characterization or character analysis of myself. Because seeing yourself objectively is like one of the most anxiety-inducing things for me. It's because I would have an excuse ready as to why I'm a certain way, instead of just taking that accountability of, well, this happened to me, so that's why I'm like, nah. It was just like, nah, that happened to me, but what could choices?
Choices.
What could I do to, you know, fix that?
Indeed, therapy.
So, yeah,
I keep telling you.
yeah.
Getting to the point and getting to the meat of it matters. Like everything we doing in our lives. And we all, the problem is we see certain people and we don't believe they have insecurities either.
Man.
You're a living, breathing person. You got insecurity. I don't care what it is. You can be on the magazine the most beautiful, the most handsome.
You can feel.
You can tell whoever got a insecurity. It's like Lizzo. I know I said a lot of offensive things. This one be another one.
Let's go there.
But hear my heart. This don't, I don't want people to be offensive. I feel like Lizzo is not as secure as she says she is.
I agree.
If she's a beautiful person.
So secure. I want her to
Yeah,
be.
she's beautiful. She is talented. She don't feel good about herself.
She does a lot.
She is
She
definitely
don't. You
fronting.
over the top. You over.
She does a lot.
What's the word? Over
Compensating.
overcompensating. You don't feel good about yourself.
She
Not
don't.
like you trying to present to us. You don't.
It's a difference between. You can still be pro plus size, but still work on yourself till you get to the point where you're happy with yourself.
Right.
And she's not doing that, and that's why I didn't
She's
respect like when she goes on live and cries and stuff. I'm like, nah.
That's another thing. All that crying on
Please don't
camera.
cry on live. Please don't.
It just means you need help.
Yeah.
Go get help.
And it's
Find out what it is.
Because they can't help you, baby.
They can't. They ain't doing no making fun of you.
They're messed up just like you.
And don't get me wrong.
And don't even know it.
Don't get
you
me
talking to
wrong.
all these people. I really want her to be comfortable, because when she first came out, she actually helped me. You know, she put me in this big girl, But then when you sit back and you look at some of the antics and some of the things, I said, well, maybe she's young. That's the young.
We blame it on youth.
But then, like, the more she does, and
She's doing too much.
she's doing a bit too much.
She overcompensating.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to do all of that.
You don't.
I remember that's another reason I stopped speaking on Lizzo, because I kept getting chewed up about it. When she did what she did at the basketball game, remember that?
Oh, the shirt with the
The booty out in front of all them
that
kids and
wasn't
stuff.
cute.
That's what I said. I was like, that's
It's
not cool for.
inappropriate.
That's what I said. I'm like, it's inappropriate. I'm like,
That's not
me
feminine.
being.
That's inappropriate.
You can be body positive, but not do that.
It's a place that you could do that.
Right, it's a place and a time for that. But they got cheerleaders and dancers that look like that, but they're a dancer and a cheerleader.
They done be
You're a
inappropriate too,
spectator.
honestly.
Some of that shit's inappropriate. You got your babies there. Yeah.
Right, but
It's
I
inappropriate,
ain't even
too.
talking about the fact that the kids are there. You got it. All right, there you go. I was gonna help you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Short arms.
Baby, tell me.
But yeah, it's like it's with her now. I'm at a point where it's the boy who cried wolf. It's like I hear
With that
you.
sadness.
It's just like I hear you, but what's crazy is she put out this song that's
Feeling good.
yeah, and it's like, but you crying because people are talking about you, but you
Right.
talking about being body positive. Like, what is it, Lizzo? What is it, baby? What is it? What is it?
She's
now?
not secure. Is she
Like, don't
trying to
lie.
be-
Just be honest. Just be real. Like, yo, I remember when she showed that she was eating healthier, and people turned on her. You say you so body
You
positive,
had
but
me
you trying to
fat
eat
girl.
better, and that's what showed me. I'm like, okay, she's not really.
They gonna say that too. When
But-
whatever you're doing in situations like
It's
that,
gonna piss somebody
gonna
off.
dislike it.
If you want to be smaller, just be smaller, baby.
Just be smaller. You gotta do it because of you.
Just say love your skin and keep moving, bro.
That's it. You gotta do it because you. And then all this stuff don't be needing a response.
That is true.
Like, that's another sign of insecurity to me. I feel like I gotta tear you down because you. All they don't need no response. If I really feel a certain way about myself, it don't matter what you say.
Yep.
And I ain't gonna stand to argue with you about it either. Yep. But it ain't just her, and it's not just because she a big girl. I'm a big girl. I'm proud of her because she a big girl automatically. But that don't mean I don't see that you got insecurities. And I don't say that. I say that about what's that girl name? Cardi B.
Oh yeah, Cardi B was one.
You insecure too.
The fake titties.
You ain't
the
even
got.
She
even talks about it.
All that stuff don't have to be done. You know, you see a confident woman fully dressed. Even if it's spicy, you might got a little cleavage, you might got a little whatever. But you just walking around naked for fun. That ain't security. That ain't security to me. Yeah. And that's just my own personal opinion.
It makes me question what type of attention.
Right, and still, even
like,
if I see a woman who not fully clothed, let me take that back. It's gonna be something about that woman. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, she's secure. Mm-hmm. She don't really care what nobody think, and she ain't trying to prove nothing. Right. Not because I seen some nigga and I feel like they fully secure. That's just what they do. Mm-hmm. But Lizzo, she not secure. Mm-mm.
I was rooting for her.
I was too, and I still am.
I still am. I need her to be honest with herself.
Right, when she grow up.
I need
that's
her
just like, what's that girl name? Sha'Carri Richardson.
Oh, Sha'Carri.
Yep.
Ooh, she young and foolish too.
She young and dumb.
Young and dumb. They don't want help. Like this crew coming up now, they don't want nobody to say nothing to them. But they want them to be on their nutsack. Mm-hmm. Every time they do something good, but you better not say nothing to them when they do something bad, especially when it's something they could have fixed.
Yeah, correction is not hate.
Correction is not hate.
There's a difference between correction.
I'm gonna get that on the shirt. You want to get that on the shirt? Correction is not hate. Correction is not judgment. You went in there and you knew you weren't gonna be ready, whatever. Your mind passed. I understand that. I never experienced that, so I don't even want to touch that. But even after you made that mistake, you knew that you was gonna have another race in a month. What was you doing? Why you didn't prepare? You ain't had nobody on your team was like, go prepare. Yeah. Nobody, or is it that you ain't listen to them telling you
that
it's
thing?
Then you can't come in. You can't come in with a cocky attitude. I'm the greatest. You not.
And then got your ass humbled.
You not.
Real quick.
And I ain't saying talk bad about yourself either. I ain't saying that neither.
Me either.
But your attitude is so nasty. And that's what people don't like. It's the nasty attitude.
Don't be nasty.
You had Muhammad saying he was the greatest, but he put in the work. Mm-hmm.
He had
all the reputation behind it too. Yep. And even if he didn't win, he still wasn't. It wasn't a nasty attitude. He was confident. He was assured in himself. And that don't mean you not great because you miss it.
It's confident but not disrespectful.
Right, it's not this. She disrespectful.
Yeah.
And again, I feel like that's from trauma.
Yeah.
That's from stuff that happened. But like you said, you gotta want help. Loud. Yeah, you just loud and angry with everybody.
Which was that last interview she did after she lost. I'm still here. I ain't going nowhere. Y'all can hate all y'all want. Y'all can talk y'all shit. You were projecting, man.
All she had to do was say, "I'm still here. I ain't going nowhere."
Yeah.
That would been that's a champ's answer right there. Yeah.
But she
ain't nobody hating on you, baby.
She ain't got nobody to kind of guide her.
You was the one we were rooting for. We were riding on your back.
The whole time.
That's that Tyra Banks moment. We were rooting for you.
Right. We was
rooting for you.
We talked about that for a good little bit. I debated with my friend, and it wasn't even on like in public. He and I had differing views on Sha'Carri's situation when the drug test happened. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I inboxed him and I called him so we could, because certain debates get heated, but it ain't for everybody. Yeah. Like we get heated in a way that we understand to get heated. Like he could interrupt me, but I know he ain't doing it to piss me off. He doing it because he has a point that he want to interject real quick, like a footnote real quick. So we had we talked for like 30 minutes, and he said this. He was like, the reason I feel like this whole marijuana thing is bullshit. We were just kind of recapping. He was like, it's because I feel like white people are always looking for something. I was like, I can respect you saying that.
I can too.
Yeah.
And
But
I was
don't give
like-
them nothing to see.
Right,
That's the
that
problem.
part. You under a magnifying
You know
glass.
it.
And I told him, I was like, with that being the case, Banks, don't you think she has to have that self-awareness and the self-accountability
self-awareness.
to say that, damn, I'm under a
Choices.
magnifying glass.
White folks have them.
These white folks know I'm coming. I need to do what I got to do. And we agreed on that. And that was the end of the conversation. All this,
Yep.
oh, you never lost a parent before. No, I haven't. I haven't been, I wasn't that close to my dad when he passed, so I didn't feel that mourning. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I surrounded myself with people where if
You
I'm,
got common sense.
you know what I'm saying? Even if it's an oversight,
Right.
like due to emotional connection, I know one of y'all gonna be like, yo, Jay,
chill.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
You love your mama.
You got a
know
lot of
she
shit at
wants you
stake
to-
right now.
She wants you to succeed. So you honor her memory with succeeding, not doing this.
But I mean, that's common sense though.
Common
It is.
sense ain't common, cuz.
But like if I saw, and you can take this like real black and white. We're driving. We went to the club. You drunk.
Give me your keys.
I'm going, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if I see, okay, you're in a bad spot. You lost somebody that's really close to you. Now you going down this downward spiral. I understand,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna pull you before you get to this.
I'm
to
gonna
this
at least
point
try.
that you on a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just
There was a meme going around, and it was funny. It was a joke, but it was real talk. It was real life. It was like, she needed the dealers that we had back in the day when they know you was about to
Yes.
do something, and they be like, "Nah, shorty,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna give you this.
Ain't
you need to go."
ain't you finna
Yeah,
be at the
Yeah.
Olympics? Nah, baby.
I feel like they ain't surrounded by people like that. Or if they are, they don't want to hear it.
We did have some honorable weed, man, back in
We
the day.
did. They was still honor.
Mhm.
It was
like I
still
said,
honor
come to me next off season.
because it was
Right.
community.
Right.
It was community.
Yep.
But here again, it's the over independence. I don't want to hear it. I'm experiencing myself. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah. That's why I never liked the Lil Nas song. All this stuff coming out, I'm just offending people left and right.
Hey, let's
Shot
do
Can't nobody
fired.
tell me nothing.
Yeah.
That's
Somebody
okay.
gotta
That's
tell
not
you
cute.
something.
That junk ain't cute.
Somebody
Then y'all
gotta
had
tell
y'all
you
kids singing that crap, and you want to know why they don't pay attention to you.
Because can't nobody tell them nothing. Mm-mm.
That
Somebody
stuff,
gotta tell you something.
all this stuff subliminal. It's so much bigger than what we be thinking it is.
It's you know, we was just talking about, like, before we all started recording, we was talking about the layers to poetry.
Yeah,
And this is the flip side of that.
the flip side.
This is when it's in a more of a destructive manner, potentially.
Yeah.
Like the
Potentially.
mhm. Y'all, we've been recording for over 3 hours.
Are you serious?
Sorry,
I
guys.
bullshit you not.
I don't know what you're gonna do with this.
Me either.
Cut this shit up.
I've
That's
been
what I'm
saying
gonna
part
tell
one
you.
and two.
This thing gonna get cut up into 30-minute increments. That's 6 episodes.
Damn.
I ain't mad at it. I've enjoyed myself.
I've enjoyed y'all.
I hope y'all not offended.
They gonna be. Everybody's gonna be offended
Gotta
at
be
something.
offended.
If you in
Don't tell me
Canada and
so.
you're offended, I need you to write in the comments that you're offended and you in Canada.
Sorry,
Then you hate
guys.
Yeah, right.
What's that? Ontario? What's the other one?
The other part of Canada, the Ontario,
The one that's
Oh.
real cool to say.
Vancouver.
Quebec.
Vancouver,
Quebec.
Quebec. And what's the other one?
Oh, that's Nova. No, I was gonna say Nova
Nova
Scotia.
Scotia.
Nova Scotia is-
Nah, I don't
Is
think
that
that's. I don't think
Yes,
that's
it is,
Canada.
isn't
Nova
What's
Scotia.
that one, that movie that was playing hockey?
I keep thinking right.
And Justin
I know
Timberlake.
that's literally the only one I know.
It was another name, but I like
And
to say
Justin
it.
Timberlake.
And
We
now I
said
can't
t-
remember it.
We said Toronto, right?
Said
Yeah.
Toronto.
Quebec,
I don't know. Sorry, guys.
Vancouver.
Make believe forever.
I ain't never had maple syrup though.
You haven't? It's delicious. It's good.
Do they really stick a spigot in the tree and just like drain the tree?
I would like to think they do.
I think so.
If you're in Canada, email me at the2020podcastllc@gmail.com and tell me how y'all get syrup.
Correct us.
Like, let us know. Like, I'm genuinely concerned. Even though I could Google this,
I don't want.
I would like to see if there's some engagement. If someone would email me and let me know. Again, that is the2020podcast@gmail.com.
Do they
Oh, no. The2020podcast LLC@gmail.com.
Please
And let
say.
me know
Please
how
say.
y'all get maple
Please
syrup.
say.
Please
Please
say
say.
it. Please.
They probably just have spigots in their pockets and they just be
They
walking
just-
the wheel. Oh,
Yeah.
fresh syrup.
That would be pretty cool though. I would do it.
Have a biscuit.
If it was like that down here, I would do it all the time.
Just give me a hammer.
Hold on one second. This
Black
tree
folks
looks
be like,
ready.
hold up, bro. Damn, that crazy.
Damn, black
Turn
people,
the
nah, that's
spigot.
my tree.
Look, they putting in their gun.
Yeah, that's a good one.